Hi guys, so we're here today with Ken Kavanagh and Brendan Connolly. So to introduce myself first, I'm Paddy O'Reilly. I'm the Regional Development Officer for Sport within the Leinster region, and we're going to just have a quick look back and reflect on Brendan's involvement with the NBA AllStar Weekend, which took place last year. And we're going to just have a quick chat through Brendan's involvement with basketball within the region and at national level, and that opportunity that he had to travel to an international event. So good morning, lads. Hope you're both keeping well.
Morning.
Are you all right, yeah?
We might just start by just a quick introduction, guys, about your involvement with basketball within Special Olympics and when you got involved, and maybe some of the highlights then as well that you have seen in Special Olympics basketball. Brendan, we'll start with you with that one, please.
I'm involved with Special Olympics Leinster the last 5 to 6 years, and it was an amazing achievement to play basketball with Leinster and Care. Such amazing friends and players around me, and I've been to different places to play different teams. Played very good as a team.
And Brendan, you would have been on the Leinster team then in 2018 for the Ireland Games then as well.
Yes, I was on the Leinster team in 2018. We won. We won a gold medal in the finals.
Okay, brilliant. Great achievement. So, and Ken, we might just chat to yourselves briefly about your involvement with basketball as well.
Yeah, well, I've been coaching basketball here within Care Services since 1998. So it's I've had plenty of teams over the years. So I've seen lots of players come and go, as I say, over that time. But yeah, so like I've been coaching it for just over 20 years now, which is very different. Obviously, I've been to some international games as well with Special Olympics Ireland as part of coaching teams and management teams for basketball as well. And
Brendan, is he a good coach or what's he like? Or
yeah, he's a pretty good coach.
He works you hard and he's fair.
Yeah, very hard.
Good. So we're going to just look back, guys, at the it was the NBA All-Star Weekend that Brendan got the chance to take part in. Brendan, just you might talk us through it. How did you get selected for those, or how did you apply to kind of take part in that event? Or
well, Ken rang me one Friday and saying that I have a chance to go to America, and I have to do an interview about it and tell him why I want to go, and I had to talk about myself.
Okay, and Ken, that application process, it was simple enough. It was just what was involved with that?
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. We had to do a video kind of interview with Brendan, just telling us about his involvement in basketball, you know, why he loves basketball and stuff like that, and why he thinks he'd be a good player to be travelling to the event. So we submitted a video interview for Special Olympics Ireland to consider then.
Yeah, I remember it at the time, guys. It was excellent, and you really, talked about why you should have been the person, Brendan. So when you found out you were successful, can you remember that feeling, or can you remember being told that you were going to be heading off to Charlotte, North Carolina for the NBA weekend?
I was shocked that I got it. Very shocked.
And just had you been away to an international games before, Brendan, or was this your first time travelling internationally with Special Olympics?
It's my first time traveling anywhere with Special Olympics outside of Ireland.
Were you apprehensive, or how did you feel about the whole? Was it excitement, apprehension, or what were you thinking?
It was excitement. I was excited about going over.
Okay, and it ended up being yourself and Ken then that got the chance to go.
Yeah.
Okay, and in terms of getting ready for the trip, did you do much extra work, Brendan, or was it kind of, or just you might talk to us about that?
Well, I did a lot more training, a lot more fitness work, and moving off the ball and scoring.
Okay, and for people who don't know about the NBA and Special Olympics relationship there, Ken, you might just talk to us about, what was involved, Ken, in terms of that game itself, or what it is.
The game itself is played every year at AllStar Weekend. It's a partnership between Special Olympics International and the NBA. It's a project called NBA Cares. It's where the NBA gives back to community groups. And there's a good long-standing tradition of that relationship between the NBA and Special Olympics International. So I'm not sure exactly how many times. I know it's been played quite a lot now at this stage. They've been doing it for a number of years. And, it's an opportunity, as I said, where Special Olympics International selects an elite group of athletes from around the world to come and play together with some of the All-Stars over the course of a weekend.
Yeah. And absolutely, and it is always a great opportunity for any of our Irish athletes to travel to those games. So we'll go back to the whole travelling side, Brendan. So you might talk to us about just what was involved there in terms of the flight over there, arriving in North Carolina. You might chat to us briefly about that.
Well, the flight was grand leaving Dublin, but then we got stuck in New York for 6 hours because of the snow. And then we got on the plane, and then it was delayed for another 2 hours. So we had to get de-iced, and there was something wrong with the cockpit in the plane.
Okay, so not an ideal start, but you arrived in North Carolina then, and you might just talk to us about what was involved in each day, or how you got settled in, and what you've done each day in at the NBA weekend.
Well, the Wednesday, myself and Ken went shopping because that was our day off. And then we just met the rest of the athletes in the evening because there was some delayed coming into Charlotte because of the weather.
Okay. And then taking us through the rest of the week then, Brendan, what else was involved then? Or so on the Thursday, what was involved? I'm assuming you met up again?
Yeah, Thursday we were up early for training. It was 7:30 in the morning. We were up for training. We had training in the school, and then we were training in the college.
Okay. And who were you training alongside, Brendan? You might talk to us about the different athletes and the different possibly mainstream athletes that you were playing alongside.
Well, on the training on the Thursday was only just all the special Olympics athletes that were playing in the match on the Friday. And then with the Thursday after the second training session would have been with the school, the university, the college in Charlotte, and then ESPN got involved to training with us.
Okay. And in terms of the other nationalities that were involved, who were you playing alongside, or who was on your team? Or
I can't remember who was on my team, but I know some of them were from. There was someone from Germany. There was Scotland. There was Canada. There was a few from America. There was one from the Faroe Islands.
Okay. So it was a nice spread of athletes then as well. So
yeah.
And you mentioned then, so you played 2 games over the course of the weekend. You might talk to us about that, or when each of those games were played, and who you were playing alongside, or who was coaching your team, and who was involved, or some of the famous people you would have met then over the course of the 2 games.
Well, we had our NBA Cares game was on the Friday evening. And I played alongside Didier Drogba, Mutombo. I met Kyrie Irving, and the Kawhi Leonard was there as well.
So that's Kyrie Irving from the Boston Celtics, and Didier Drogba. I'd associate him more with soccer. Is he any good at basketball?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not watching that.
Yeah, all right, fine. Ken, you might just talk to us maybe about that Friday game and what was involved, and that sort of what was the kind of aim of that afternoon.
I suppose the Friday, as Brendan said, they did a double session, so they trained together with some of the coaching staff. Any of us that travel as coaches got involved in the kind of running session there, where all the athletes played together. And then the afternoon, it was another one of the partnerships that Special Olympics International have with ESPN. And the ESPN network sent in a lot of their staff. Some of the well-known sports broadcasters and stuff came in, and they mixed a unified team with the 2 teams that were going to play on the Friday. So that Thursday afternoon, they had a full-length game with a mixture of ESPN staff and reporters and the Special Olympics athletes in the university there in Charlotte, which was actually really good. The ESPN staff were excellent. They were really good at involving the guys and getting into it, and it got very competitive for a friendly match at one stage. I can assure you, pretty quick. But yeah, and then obviously that led into the main event itself, which was the Friday night, where they went to the Coliseum and they played the NBA Cares match live on Facebook TV.
Brilliant. And in that game, then you were playing alongside some former NBA players, Brendan, was it, or was it?
Yeah, former NBA players, and people that involved in Special Olympics.
Okay, and you might just tell us about what that experience was like. What was the upside of playing against? You're used to playing with Special Olympics athletes. You might just talk to us, shortly about that experience, or what was the upside of that?
Well, it was different because in America they're big into their positions, which we're really not in Ireland. They're big into where they have to play, where they have to be all the time. It was good. It was good learning the different positions.
Okay. And was there anything else, the quality of the play, you know, the passing, the positioning, the defending, was there much that you got from playing alongside? Did you learn much that you could take back to Ireland then from playing with those players?
Yeah, never rugby tackle in a game of basketball.
Never rugby tackling in a game of basketball. I'm sure you were coached that very early now in your Special Olympics career now, but you might just, why was that, Brendan? What happened there?
Well, I was coming out with the ball and I wasn't concentrated, so I lost the ball, and then I turned and I took the man over.
Okay.
Well, it looked worse than it was. It looked a lot worse than it was.
We'll have to find video footage of that, Brendan. Then we will now to have a look back and see should you have been sent off. But in terms of
I got a foul against me.
That's fair. In terms of just overall weekend, then what was the highlight for you then, or what was the kind of the best part of the weekend?
Scoring 2 baskets.
Scoring 2 baskets, and were the 2-pointers, or did you manage to make a 3-pointer?
No, I didn't even try it.
Okay.
I know you would have missed.
You're known for your long shots within the Special Olympics Leinster League.
Sometimes,
yeah. Only when it's on. But that experience, Brendan, just of being in those big venues and making a score like that, how did that feel, or what was that experience like?
Good, but I didn't really mind the crowd. I just played my game.
Good man, and that's very important as well. And coming back from the NBA weekend, was there anything major you seen then when you were there to that you kind of brought back with you to the Special Olympics Leinster and to your own club then as well?
Let me answer that one, Paddy. Just, I suppose for me, it was like, from a coaching perspective, it was great because there was coaches. There was a coach from all those different countries there as well, and the coaches got a good opportunity to chat and share ideas around drills and practices and things that, you know, would be a little bit different and new. So from a coaching perspective, definitely I think it was good that I definitely got a few new drills and ideas and bits and pieces that I wouldn't have seen used here before, you know. So that was good from a coaching perspective.
Brilliant. And we talked a lot about your own games when you were over there, Brendan, but you got to attend all that's involved with the NBA AllStar Weekend. You might just talk to us about the different aspects of that weekend and what other matches or other events you got to go along to.
Well, Saturday morning, we had a training session, like training young kids, Special Olympics in Charlotte. That I wasn't that good at that. I wouldn't find myself in coaching part. We need to get you onto one of our introduction to coaching practices course, Brendan, get you upskilled in that area. So you got the chance then to work with some of the local athletes, and they got the chance to work with somebody who played in an NBA weekend game. So well done to you. In terms of the the AllStar game itself, the slam dunk then as well, you might just tell us about those 2 events then as well. Well, there was 3 events. There was the skill competition, there was the slam dunk, and the 3-point competition.
Okay.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
And what players did you get to see playing in those matches?
There was Jason Tateman from the Boston Celtics. He won the skill competition. There was Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors that took part in the 3-point competition, and I can't remember who took part in the slam dunk.
Okay, very good. So you got to see, and your favourite basketball player, Brendan, you might just tell us who that is then.
Well, I have a few. I have 3. There's Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors. There's Devin Booker, that's from Phoenix Suns, which is an ambassador for Special Olympics USA now. He was announced recently for America ambassador.
Brilliant.
And there's Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, brilliant. And so you are an NBA fan then, Brendan?
Yeah.
So you might just stand up slightly. I want to see the T-shirt that you're wearing as well. So you might as well show it off. So the NBA cares and unified basketball games. So when you go over there, you're well looked after. You've got plenty of gear, and you've got well looked after, as to say.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Just in terms of, before we wrap up, guys, you might just give us some, for both of you guys, just answer it as, what did the overall experience mean to you, both of you? We'll start with Ken on that one.
I suppose overall for me, it was really good to see another opportunity of how athletes can progress to an international event for Special Olympics, because obviously we're so used to European World Game cycles that we would have done for international. And, you know, as I said, it's great to have another option where someone like Brendan, who had gone on and won his gold in the Irelands, but still obviously for selection, didn't get selected to go to the World Games next time around. So, you know, it was a nice boost for the players as well to be able to still have another option. And, you know, it was really nice to see Brendan grow over there, you know, as a player as well, because he was learning so much from so many people.
And Brendan, is it possible, could you sum it up for us there in a few lines there, just to tell us what it meant to you?
Well, it was an amazing experience. It's something I love to do again. So I can learn more about basketball, how America play compared to us.
Yeah, brilliant. And your hopes then for next year, we say, in terms of getting back out and playing then, well, obviously our league was stopped early this year. What's your hopes then for 2021?
Keep playing the best I can and see can I go further.
Good man, good man. So hopefully we'll see you back playing for Kerr now next year, and hopefully we see you on the Leinster squad then going to an Ireland games in the future. And very much look forward to kind of seeing the skills that you've developed through your own training and through this NBA event and that involvement. So I suppose, lads, it's just a matter of saying thanks very much. Very much appreciate you both taking the time to go on the call with us. I'm glad it was such a positive experience. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Paddy. Cheers.